welcome to November's Soul Ascension. I'd like to apologise for last month that I didn't put up anything on YouTube, simply because I was going through probably the most severe or intense and deep ascension that I've ever been through. But I have to say that since then, my connection to divinity has surpassed anything that I've ever experienced before. And it's on tap now. Like, I can hear the Creator, they're guiding me, you know. So, but it was quite intense because, you know, holding the space for twin flames is quite a, frequency-wise an energetic thing. And plus, I do a lot of work behind the scenes for us. Now, I've got some really good news that the matrix has actually fallen, but they're hanging on to what they've had established. So we're actually in the, I call it the aftermath, which means that the universe and the galactic councils and all the beautiful beings that are here to help us, the unseen watchers, that, they're guiding us that are committed to our path. Now, when I say guiding, you have to always ask, because it's universal law, right? And there's, with this, what do you call it? Oh, sorry. They're sending through energy. Sorry to all of you. That's why they've stopped me. Here we go. It's actually frequencies. I'm being corrected. Okay. Now, what they want me to say is that, before I get into the other side of things, which is about you, your soul, and shamanism, and now, is that you, all of you, have been a shaman at least once. Now, a shaman means that you were a human or in a tribe, whether it's American Indian, Aztec, whatever it was, or several. And what that means is that you attained awakened soul, or traditionally, as I know it, enlightenment, like Buddha, Christ and all that. So the thing is, what I'm saying is that all of us have attained shamanism. Now, that's really important because as a divine creator, reaching that point means that you are in, and there's different levels of it, of course, depending on where your soul frequencies are at, your work, your past life. Many factors depend on it, have depended on it, and is depending on it. Now, in those ancient times and in past lives and in cosmic times, we were probably more spirit than human, actually, or physical. Now, this is really important because as a creator, if you're going to create anything, you need to be in communication or in contact with your with that shamanic side. I'm using the word shamanic because obviously I'm one highly evolved shaman. Even though I keep very quiet about what I do, I'm very low key at the moment. That's because I want to spend, I want to do the work that I need to do, and I follow instructions strictly, what I need to do. I know I'm going to go public, but not yet. I mean, in a big way. So anyway, so getting back to you guys, what happens is that shamanic or shaman lives are very important because they're still in your soul memory. And that's very important for this life, getting into or fulfilling what you're here for. Now, the way to do it is to say or to ask for, I still do it every day myself, alignment with your creator, the universe, God, goddess, whatever you want to call it. And then at the same time, always ask first thing in the morning, because your templates are clean, all your frequencies are clean and cleared. And you can do it last thing at night, because then it goes into all the unconscious parts of you sleeping. Yeah. So the thing is that by putting out the intention to be in, putting in, I should say, not out, communication with your creator, it will come very quickly, because as I said, you've all been shamans, and there's a quickening happen, and then a very intensity that's happening now. And also ask to stay in alignment with your soul mission. This is absolutely imperative, and the whole reason why you're here. Yeah. So the other thing I was going to talk about is the eclipses that are happening now. We're in the middle of a very intense eclipse, and what I've been told to from, the sun, actually, said to me, because the sun has eyes, it has, it's a very powerful, it's the heartbeat of the whole universe, actually. And of course, it's life for us here on a physical, but I'm referring to metaphysical. So what I was told by the sun was that in this eclipse, what's happening is one of two things with twin souls. If there are, according to what the eclipse is about, the one that we just had on the 25th, I believe, and the one that's coming, the other side of it, on the 8th of November. So the thing is, eclipses are always about death and rebirth. Doesn't matter what sign they're in, but we're in the sign of Scorpio, I believe, so it's very intense if there are lessons or if there are clearing. And, we don't really know what's in our soul, because she has lived for so many lives and eons. So, and also, it's a two-edged sword, this eclipse. And I'm on this side for a change, is that it's bringing me a lot closer to my twin. It's bringing me, because of the divinity, you see, being in connection and communication and listening to your creator. This is better than winning Tatsuro, because you can't put a foot wrong. And, if you can't hear, don't get upset. Every single twin soul that I've had in session or spoken to or met has intuition at the absolute minimum, and it's usually quite strong. So you could start off with that, yeah, and play with it. If you don't trust it yet, play with it. Just say, is so-and-so going to ring me? But tune in, yeah, don't just guess. Really use it and build up the trust between the two of you as far as your intuition goes. That's a step. And then I'm always on about meditation. Now, meditation is not about stilling the mind, for God's sake. It's about connecting to your inner, right? That is so incorrect, stilling the mind. The mind is meant to think. That's creating zombies. The mind is there to think, the frontal lobe I'm talking about, not the whole brain. Meditation, for twin flames or twin souls, or divine eternal counterpart souls as we're really known, that's our true name, is that you meditate in a sacred space, quiet space. If your mind chatters, don't stress, right? Because what will happen is, ideally, you should just sit in a sacred space. Always call in the sacred space, actually. Always call in for protection, or whatever it is, the violet flame, Tetagarman rays, white light, the frequencies of love, they all do the same thing. Because when you open up to meditation, or you sit in that space, what happens is that you open yourself up to anything if you're not protected. And there's a lot of imposters around, particularly at the moment. So what I would suggest for the fastest and efficient way is have a cushion in your bedroom. You don't need much to meditate. Hands and feet uncrossed or in lotus position. And then what you do is you simply ask for a sacred space and to be protected by what I've just mentioned. And also what you could do is, what I would recommend actually, is to be ask to be in communication with your inner guidance, yeah? Doesn't matter what level you're at. And keep on doing it daily. Number one, spiritually, of course, you're going to grow. But I cannot tell you, meditation is the key to you being the universe again. Because when I started with my master back in the mid-80s, we didn't have anything, which is fine. We had meditation. She used to trance, which, I was very privileged. I felt very honoured. And I feel it was my good karma. And to finish off the unfinished, as many of us are here to do. So then we just had that, books at that time, and she used to channel, of course, and teach us. And that was it. There was no YouTube, no phones or any of that stuff. But the thing is that what I'm stressing to you is the fact that meditation is the foundation of this work for your soul evolution, because that's what it's all about. Communicating and connecting to your inner self. Now, look, we might divert, we might have lessons, life can get in the way, but, just apologize and get back on track because you are so needed. And the new world is going to come in. And I tell you, when it comes in, it's going to come in with a big, at the moment, slow, but when it comes in, it's going to be incredible. But if you're not connected to that frequency, it's not going to be incredible because you're on a low frequency. So you can't connect to the new world. And as I said, by connecting to yourself, your inner self through meditation is absolutely foundational and more. It's fundamental for your growth daily because you're committing to yourself and you're honouring the creator that created your body, its temple. And that's one thing you must always remember. That's not you living here. Yes, we've got to pay our bills and run around and do whatever we've got to do to survive in the 3D at the moment and do what we've got to do. But the thing is that really, for twin souls, we're here having a spiritual experience through a body. And that's the difference. I'm giving you a key because many, the tribe's doing quite well. I'll share with you something actually really good in a moment. But, ego can get in the way a lot. And it's there for a reason. It's there to cover the pain of the inner child, yes. But the thing is that you've got to get through that. You've got to switch your thinking around because the Matrix was very smart. They made us think. Really, we should be living from our hearts and intuition as we did in Isis time and in Egypt. That's why everybody loves it so much. One of the reasons anyway. And, in the Egyptian times and in the Atlantean times, forget it. We were just spiritual, yeah? So the thing is that the Matrix is very smart. They control us and made us use our minds. Then the mind has got its duty, but it's not what it's all about. It's very limiting because what you put in the mind is all it knows. It's like a computer. Whereas your soul, like I mentioned earlier, being a shaman or shaman many times, has knowledge and wisdom beyond. It's in your Akashic records. And, in the tribe, what I see now is, they are moving, the ones that see me, so, it's just mind-blowing where they're going. Yes, sometimes it's a bit of a hairy ride, but when they come out the other side, it's phenomenal. And a few weeks ago, I can't remember, was it before I took the 2 weeks off and went through those ascension, or after? I think before. There were five or six now actually, divine feminine, I think one's a masculine, coming into union with their partner, and I am just thrilled about that. That, that's just, I just can't tell you how much that means to me. Like, I want to hold back the tears, not just to me as Josephine. It's not about Josephine the human. It's about the collective. It's about the world. It's about humanity. Yeah, because as each twin, first of all, connects to their divinity within, and then what happens is that's what's going to bring in your twin. It doesn't have to be 100%, as everyone's different. There's different factors that come into play. But most of them we've been working, not forever, some few months, some a year, It just, as I said, depends on your karma, many factors. But what the most wonderful thing is that they are coming into union, and it's there. It's a guarantee. It's, they're in communication. They're talking to their twin. It's just a matter of, one will be next week. They're moving in together. So, I just can't say. For me, it's just, I can't even find the words to describe what it feels. It's beyond elated, because you look at one pair, for example, like Jesus and Mary Magdalene back, I know it was 2,000 years ago. Look at the impact they had. So imagine, if there's, a few dozen of us, what impact. And now, even though our journey is a lot more difficult because there's karma, generally speaking, what it also means is we are going to be the most powerful that we've ever been. When I say powerful, I'm not talking about ego, I'm powerful. I'm talking about powerful as within yourself, as being connected to your true self, and being in that unconditional love frequencies. So please, commit to yourself if you haven't already, and meditate, and join us in the new world, because I tell you, it's on our doorstep. There is little, you get little whispers of it and things like that. But when it anchors in, holy moly, it's going to be an incredible place. I liken this path like a rose bush, you get all the thorns, and sometimes it's smooth, and then in the end you get the beautiful rose, and it's intoxicating. And I've had a few of those moments. So from my heart to yours, I really wish that you all get there, because that's what I dedicate my life in, serving all of you, and doing these videos and the work behind the scenes, serving the tribe, and, and there's a few things coming up which I'll talk about later on, to help and to assist you in evolving more. Because as I've reached being a master now, an ascended master, that then, who's ever under Isis, because I come under Isis really, in Kalandros, Christ, all the masters, all the universe. A lot of people have called me the universal mother, and that's true. So coming under this then, or connected, then that means your life will be supported as well, because you come under that space, and that will help you immensely, even watching this video. So I'll just see if there's anything else they want to talk about. Hang on. Because they're controlling it now. This is not scripted or anything. This is just as is. No, they're happy. They're bowing. All right. Okay. I wish you all the best. And I truly, truly pray for you all every day that you come into who you authentically are. And when it gets rough, or when you don't know what to do, and I'm only sharing what I do, just ask the God, whatever you want to call it, the universe, creator, please, I don't know what to do. Put this into your hands. Show me the way. Yeah? All right. So I send you so much unconditional love, and I look forward to talking to you next month.